All right, but right now we do want to talk with the state fire marshal's office, and they did send in rescue crews into St. Bernard Parish last night.
That's right. State Fire Marshal Butch Browning is joining us right now, and please tell us more about your efforts and what you've seen so far.
Yeah, so we immediately integrated last night with the St. Bernard folks. I mean, the responders in St. Bernard, Jefferson, and Orleans all went to the Arabi place real quickly and did a phenomenal job of doing really quick rescues. So we have about 120 state USAR folks on the ground right now. And what we're doing is to begin secondary searches. We're going house to house, make sure everyone is fine, make sure everyone's accounted for, doing a quick damage assessment, and getting people to where they need assistance and aid. So, you know, many people were extricated out of buildings last night and brought to shelters. It was dark, it was disorienting. So we're continuing those efforts to give people what they need. You know, we suspect it'll take us a better part of today, but we'll be able to evaluate the whole area and have really good numbers on what the damage is and what needs to be done for the power company to restore power and repairs done to the buildings. But you know, I think, from my perspective, what I saw into the night last night was, you're right. You know, we're used to hurricanes. We're used to preparing for a hurricane, but these tornadoes come without any warning. And I saw a lot of great preparedness, not only by the St. Bernard folks, but also by the people there.
Well, and from your perspective, when you send in the search and rescue crews, I guess you assume there'd be a lot more people in need of help or in trouble, but I mean, thank God it's been as few people as we've seen who had to be rescued last night. Parish President Guy McGinnis from St. Bernard said they only had to rescue about 6 people or so.
And you're correct. So Urban Search and Rescue, one of their primary duties is to get people out of buildings where buildings are collapsed upon top of them. And a tornado situation is really one of the worst situations, because we typically see a lot more catastrophic building damage in a tornado than we might see in a hurricane. That may be, you know, concentrated to a certain area. So when we hear tornado, we're very concerned about having to surge a lot of people in and do some extraordinary things to lift buildings off of people. We didn't see that with this event, although the damage is catastrophic to some buildings. So, you know, it's a blessing that didn't happen, but it's good that the locals got in there and got people out of harm's way real quickly.
Definitely, and kudos to your responders for that. Kind of take us through their perspective. If they walk up to a house, as you said, they're going to go house to house today. So many of these look like they are devastated. The structural integrity of many of them is compromised. How do you know when you approach a house that it's okay for them to even get in to see if someone's in there?
So the teams have technicians that are very well trained on building stability, so they know how to go into a building. They know how to look for signs of potential collapse, render that safe, and of course, room to room. And then through technology, we actually document that building both in a GIS location, but also with a damage assessment. So, you know, we've done this many times, not only most recently in Hurricane Laura and Ida, but our teams have gone to South Carolina and Florida and assisted those states in hurricanes. And it's a really good best practice to real quickly get order and account for people. I mean, the bottom line is you're trying to make sure that people are accounted for, they're taken out of a bad situation, whether it be no power, no provisions, and getting them to a safe place. And that's really the primary goal today, is to make sure everyone has a plan to move forward safely.
All right, Butch Browning, thank you very much. We appreciate you talking with us this morning.